Oh, hi, didn't see you there. My name's Mr. Bart. Let me show you how to set up Zero AD for the first game you're gonna play, which is gonna be single player. And again, the point of this project is you want to try and defeat the very easy AI. So in this particular video, I'm just gonna show you how to set up for that match. At this point, you would have learned to play tutorial. If you are super familiar with games like this, certainly you could skip that, but if you haven't done that yet, make sure you do the tutorial found right here. Very helpful. So for our purposes, we're gonna go to single player, matches. I'm gonna change a couple things really quickly because I want it to look more to what like the default would look like, so something like that. And I believe by default it's on scenario and default settings. Maybe random, but I believe it's actually scenario or skirmish. Neither of which are bad, but just for the, so everyone's playing on the same situation, we want to go for our map type. So over here we have map. We want to change that to random, and map filter, which is the next option down. We want to do all maps. And then select map. Right now it's random. We want to just scroll down to continent, and biome you can choose. I just leave it random. The only difference there is like it might be snow, it might be desert, which does change the map kind of significantly, but it only really changes the resources on the map. So like if you're just starting out, you need to get metal, stone, and trees. And so in the desert, there aren't many trees. In the winter, there's a lot more in the winter. In the snow, there's like a lot more minerals. That's all negated when you get to stage 2 and you can get a trading post or a market, and you can kind of sell one resource to buy another, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. So we have map type, random, map filter, all maps, select map, continent, and map size we want to do large because we want to have a good amount of space. You don't want to get rushed or forward settled by the AI, like where they set up another base right next to you. So that's good. We're all set with map. Now we go to player, and we want to change the number of players to 4. Now, I'm going to do this because this might be the most important step. Go to that gear right there, and where it says AI difficulty, change it to very easy for each and every one of them. And this is a newer release, so maybe they made very easy easier, but it's still pretty challenging. And I believe right here it says something to that effect. World population, don't worry about that. Population cap 300, so you can't have more than 300, though you can create something that would allow you to go over the population cap in the late game. Starting resources low, disable spies. Well, we don't need to do that. Game type, and this is what really sets Zero AD apart from something like OpenRA, because OpenRA you would have you have your allies and you're on a team. You can't change that. During this game there is diplomacy. Right now we're not going to do that because it's all you against robots, and what I've experienced in the past is the robots will team up, eliminate you, then turn on each other. So we're going to do teams locked when we get to that, but I'll just go line by line. Conquest, yes. Structures, no. Conquest units, no. Civic centers, no. Capture the relic, no. Regicide, no. Wonder, no. Game speed, you can adjust if you want. We're gonna go normal for now. We're also gonna set the ceasefire to be 20 minutes, because that way you have some time before the enemy can attack you. If you accelerate game speed, you will also end up, like 20 minutes wouldn't be 20 minutes. If you go 2 times, it would be 10 minutes. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Teams locked, we do want to have on. Now, when we get to the point where we're facing each other, because you can have a game of up to 8 people. When you have 8 live people, we don't do teams locked. which opens diplomacy, but we do last man standing, which means there can only be one winner. So even if you're teaming with somebody at the beginning, one of you is gonna have to betray the other eventually because there can only be one winner. But for right now, we want to do teams locked. So let me just run through this really quickly again. Map type random, map filter all maps, select map continent, large map, biome random, or whatever you choose. None of the other things should be checked off. 4 players, no world population, population of 300, starting resources low, disable spies and cheats, yes. That doesn't really matter because you shouldn't cheat. Conquest, and then no, not clicked for capture the relic, not clicked for regicide, not clicked for wonder. Game speed normal, teams locked, last man standing, no, because teams are locked. So here we are, we're ready to go, and at that point you can start the game. Oh, the Gauls, oh no. So just a couple things when you get into this. The first thing I do is I send my horsey around to scout, and I hold down the shift key and I click all around because he'll go around and find some stuff. But you can see up in the top right here, I have the time and then the time of the game, how long the game's last, and how much time is left on the, ceasefire. Got there eventually. And you can change that by going to menu options. This is actually on the title screen where you could change your name as well, but you can't change it mid-game. But you could put in, you could get your frame per second, background pause, yes. That obviously wouldn't work in a multiplayer game, but real-time overlay, that way you have the actual time. And then game time, how long the game's been going on. So this one's 39 seconds as of right now. And then ceasefire time overlay. That way you can see how much time is left on the ceasefire before you can start attacking. You can go through all of these too, but basics, that's what I always have for myself. But you can get really involved in setting things the way you like just through those options. All right, good luck. Whoa, and I know this is a completely different scenario because I closed it and I thought, oh, I'm all set. I'm gonna show you how to save the game, which is super important. You go menu, same place you opened up your options, save, and you can save whatever you want. And then, call it whatever, save it. I'd suggest saving at the beginning. You could always load that game back up when you inevitably get destroyed by the AI. Good luck, don't get captured.